EA now released the last deep dive of NHL 26, and today we need to talk about everything what is coming new to NHL 26 Hockey Ultimate Team. And I have to tell you, everything they shared so far looks very promising, and maybe this is the year of Hockey Ultimate Team. But without losing any time, let's dive straight into it and talk about all the new modes. First thing they shared, and this year we no longer will have the squad battles and rivals in Hockey Ultimate Team. It will be replaced by the cup chase for offline and ranked for online. This does remind me a lot of MLB, but you know what? I will take any win I can get. A lot of the people in the community constantly complains about Hockey Ultimate Team in general and always ask, can you please make it more like MLB? And hey, it looks like they're doing this. They also fully changed how the menus will look like. They did promise that they will be faster and you can access everything from the same screen. Depends on the mode you are playing, you will see a player in each mode and it will be your best player with the highest points. So again, a little touch, but in my opinion, looks nice. Even if you watch the video, you can see then as the EA is navigating through the menu, it does look much smoother. One of the biggest complaints last year and the year before was the laggy menus. If they can improve the speed even by a little bit, I am down for it. And you know what? That's already the first W. EA also gave us a little bit more explanation of what the new seasons will look like. And that means everything will be linked to one season. So for example, on the screen they shared that the XP path is 29 days long. So that means that's your season. And with that, I also believe then we will see the cup chase and ranked linked to the same season. And all of these modes will be around 30 days long. Once again, it looks very similar to MLB, but you know, I don't want to repeat myself, but it does look very promising. If you look a little bit more into the cup chase, we already knew that it's replacing squad battles. But from what they shared and what they explained, then again, it does look very similar to the mini seasons in MLB The Show, where you play against the CPU on a difficulty you actually choose. So I'm assuming the higher the difficulty, the better the rewards. But if you are someone who is, let's say, usually playing on rookie, veteran, or even pro difficulty, that's fine. You can still continue doing that and just maybe not get the best rewards, but at least still be rewarded. That also means then the rewards we had for squad battles in NHL 25, where all you had to do was to win 30 squad battle games and you get the same pack, and it does not really matter which difficulty you played on. This year, every win will actually matter, and also your skill level will matter. So this should really massively help the players who do prefer playing offline and are more competitive. So yes, now maybe even online players who play offline modes, hopefully they will like it. But nonetheless, the season will be 18 games long, and once you reach the playoffs, if you are in the top 4 spot, you will need to compete in the best of 3 series. They also shared the rewards. You will be able to earn 3 different packs. One pack will just be for making the playoffs. Another pack will be for winning the playoffs. And the third pack will be if you have undefeated run. That's why I also noticed that there is a button where you can reset your cup chase. One thing I need to clarify with EA is that I'm not quite sure if we can play the cup chase multiple times. For example, if it's a season-long grind and let's say it's 30 days, once you earn all 3 rewards, is that it? Or you can just repeat it and play it all over again. So that means if you don't play online, you can constantly play, let's say, cup chase on superstar difficulty and earn these 3 packs. Hopefully that's the case. Otherwise, it just doesn't feel like very rewarding, but I'm really excited about the new cup chase mode. Additional rewards, because not only then you are continuously earning XP, you also are finally earning additional rewards. And I really pray then we can do it as many times as we want. Cup chase will probably be one of the first modes I will play after I complete, let's say, the moments. You usually start with an offline grind, and considering it's a new mode, I'm really looking forward to try it out, try to go undefeated. I don't know about the difficulty yet, it all will depend on my team, but it definitely looks very promising, and I hope that a lot of people will actually enjoy it. Because one thing I really don't want is EA putting all these resources into making new modes, then people really don't like it, and then they reverse it back to, let's say, squad battles. Hopefully that will not gonna happen, and cup chase will actually be successful. Now let's talk about the online modes, the modes which the most of the people play in Hockey Ultimate Team. And this year, rivals are gone. So it means no more people playing and dropping their divisions. The games will actually matter because they are introducing the new ladder system. Once you reach your division, you will not drop down. So basically you are staying in the same division all season long. And again, they did not really went into a lot of details, but how I understand, let's say I keep winning the games, I'm only climbing up. There is no way of me actually dropping down if I'm losing the games. So that once again makes online games actually meaningful and every win matters. It also will have its own reward path. So the better player you are and the more wins you get, the better rewards you're earning. If you're not dropping down in the divisions, and let's say if you're an average player and you get to the gold, you will need to play until you win that next game to get up. Every single tier will have multiple ladders. As you can see, the bronze I think have 2, the silver I think have 3, then the gold I think have 4 or 5. I don't know exactly how the point system will work in the new rank mode. Does every win means one ladder? So for example, I'm at gold 1 tier, and if I win the next game, I get to the gold 2? Or do I need to win 2 games to get to the gold 2? Who knows? We need to play the game to find out more, but hey, this is definitely 10 times better than we had the rivals for the last I don't know how many years. Also, each season, if you are, let's say, the best of the best, you will be able to earn exclusive jersey, and every season will have its own. So that means if you face someone who is wearing that jersey, you know, you're probably screwed. And of course, I think this is actually created more as a flex, because you need something to show off and show everyone else, then you actually reach that ultimate tier. Again, until the actual game drops, there is not really a lot we can say, but one thing I really hope is that if this resets every single season, then I hope then people who reach the ultimate tiers will not drop down all the way to the bronze and they don't need to start it all over again. Because for me it would be that if you get to the last 2 tiers, for example, you would drop down to the gold when the new season drops. So the people who are just starting out playing on bronze or silver, or maybe even starting on gold, would not really say then the matchmaking is not really enjoyable. Hopefully EA thought about that and will not make Division 1 or I don't know, Ultimate Division players play against the bronze on day 1 when the new season resets. Because if that's the case, I'm not touching new rank mode, at least for the first 5 days when the new season drops. Something they also shared was the change to the champs. We will no longer have the 20 game weekend. Now, if you reach the tier 2 in silver division, you will qualify for the champs. As you can see on the screen, the champs will now run the same time as the season. So on the screen they're showing 22 days, and also you will have 100 games. The champs will also have its own reward path. Obviously they didn't share any of that, but I really hope that the champs rewards are much better. If you have 100 games, I'm not quite sure how it will work, but it looks like you will be able to qualify for champs already on Friday, or maybe when the game will drop for everyone on the September 12th. But nonetheless, as soon as you get the game, it looks like you will be able to face the best of the best, because I really don't think that it will be very difficult to get to the silver 2 tier. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I will just stay in bronze, who knows. Clearly the updates to the offline and online modes already looks massive, something we didn't had before, and HUT in general didn't really had a lot of updates for a very long time. So making sure that the games matter, doesn't matter where you play, offline or online, every win will be meaningful. Even let's say if you play the cup chase, if you want that undefeated pack, you have to win every single game. So you cannot just put your controller down and go and make yourself a T. Obviously, if you can do that on a rookie difficulty, then probably yes, but also the rewards will not be very good. If you play on superstar difficulty and want to get the best pack, you probably will still need to play all games. I also didn't notice that you can choose how long the games will be, so I'm assuming they will all be the same as rivals or something like that, so 3-4 minute long periods. Offline and online looks massively different to the prior years, and I really hope the community will love it. If all of these modes will be successful, it means more people from the competitive community will come back and actually play the game longer. That's definitely good for the game, because the more people play the game, the better the numbers EA see, and maybe EA decide to increase the headcount in development team, and we will see the game getting better every single year. They also briefly show the wildcard, so it means wildcard is back in NHL 26, and they also show that the win streak rewards are still the same as it was in NHL 25, so you will be getting XP as it was before. There also will be an wildcard reward path. They really didn't show any of that, so we will need to wait and see to see if there's any changes or it's still the same collectibles and maybe a player. But nonetheless, considering it does not take you a long time to actually be the wildcard, I will even take the collectibles. Something I really liked was the new lineup layout. Obviously, we already seen the same layout in wildcard in NHL 25, and I was one of the people who straight away said this is how the lineup layout should be across all the modes. And yes, they finally confirmed that this is how we will see our lineup in NHL 26. It will be much easier to navigate and move the players around. You also will see the captain boost. You also will see all the lineup combination boosts for the salary, overall, and also ability point boosts. The animations when you activate the boost looks also nice, and we can also see the captains with the season graphics on the card. So if you use 6 players from these divisions, you can activate additional boosts. I assume it will change as the year goes, but that's really nice addition, because something what I really liked in MLB was the captain boosts. They did share that the first captains will be only at 82 overall, and they will be Anders Lee, Line, Brodin, Mackenzie Weegar, and yes, maybe the overalls are not high, but if they offer you additional boost you can get, that means you'll probably try to build your lineup around those captains, using the players from those 6 teams. I also believe that as the year goes on, they probably will increase the boosts and the captains as well. It's nice touch that every single season we will see new captains we can choose from and build a different team. I don't think that the overalls they shared in Deep Dive are the final, because who knows if Crosby and Fox are actually the overall they are showing, even Heatley. But in general, I'm happy about the new lineup interface and the fact that now we will finally need to build our lineups based on the nationalities, the teams the players are playing for, and it's not only to chase the highest overall, because that was something what I found very boring every single year. You're just picking the highest overall card, putting it in your team, but this year some of those highest overall cards might not even fit into your lineup, or you can just pick a little bit lower overall card who may be cheaper, but you can get that +2 boost in the overall, and that card straight away becomes even better than the one you wanted to build before, if you know what I mean. One of the things people and community were freaking out about was the salary cap. In the deep dive video they shared that the salary cap in season 1 will be 100 million. Like, really? That's a lot. There is plenty of room of you building your best squad, and as far as you are not really going after all the meta cards day 1, there is really nothing to worry about. Also, as you are building your team, you're activating the salary boosts, and if you are really running short, you can always increase that salary cap anyway. And if we are having 100 million in season 1, I can just imagine then that salary cap will really not affect us a lot. Maybe we will see some restrictions in some seasons where the salary cap will be lower. Maybe the champs will have its own salary cap restriction. There is a lot we don't really know yet. All these things definitely will finally make the Ultimate Team fun, and it will look more like a fantasy hockey where you actually have to think how you're building your lineup and not just chase the highest overall card just so you can say that you have the best cards in your team. Because personally I think this is very no money spend friendly, and everyone will be able to build a competitive team even without spending any money, and that's what it's all about. I want people to be able to have a competitive team all year long if they are just playing the game. And everything they shared so far, like the new ranked mode, cup chase, even the restrictions for your lineups, will be linked directly to the content we will see this year. And I have to say, everything they shared about the content so far looks way better than we've seen before. Once again, it looks like they actually are listening to some of our feedbacks and complaints online, and when we was thinking that they actually don't care, it looks like they were actually taking some notes. Because it will no longer be a Friday with just 5 MSPs each week all year long, and that was another thing I was really getting bored about. Pretty much you log in for 5 minutes every Friday, check the MSPs and move on, because it felt like the same cycle every single week. This year they confirmed that the 4 core programs this year will be the captains, heroes, icons and the rookies. They also said that new cards from each core programs will drop every single season. They already showed us the first heroes and icons, but in the deep dive they also shared us the captains and the rookies. But just something to clarify, I know they talk a lot about the seasons and then everything resets. No, you're not losing anything, so any card you build or you earned or you have in your collection stays there all year long. So let's say they release a new season with new captains, new heroes, new master set players and stuff like that, you can still use the players you already had to build your lineup. The only thing what will change each season is then the ranked mode will reset, the cup chase will reset, the champs probably as well. We'll have new captains and new lineup combinations. So the more players you have in your collection, the easier it will be. So the first 3 rookie cards they shared was the Quinn Hughes, Sidney Crosby and Binnington, all at 84 overall. You also can notice that there are no any icons on any of these cards, so it means none of these cards can be upgraded and they will stay at the overall release. So maybe that will help with the power creep and the progression this year in general, so you will not see some OP cards day 1, as far as it's not Teemu Selanne, because that's probably one of the most OP cards early in the game I ever seen. They also mentioned that NHL alumni players will have their own card type, and according to EA will play a big role every season, so that means potentially every single card will hold the value all year long. If you will need any of these cards for your lineups or to make, let's say, an icon or anything like that, every single reward, every single pack pool will actually be usable. But now let's talk about the content. The last thing EA shared on their deep dive was the new content structure and what we can expect in early access. And for everyone who pre-ordered the game and will play it on Friday, September 5th, there will be a lot to do. So now let's break it all down. First event of NHL 26 will be called Fresh Ice, and we will have 5 master set players at 84 overall. It will be Logan Thompson, Brock Faber, Morgan Riley, Tyler Seguin and Matthew Tkachuk. It does sound like this event is only for early access, and on September 12th we will see a new event, so you can take advantage if you have an early access and have more cards. Because firstly, if you did pre-order the deluxe edition, you will get a choice pack where you can pick one of these 84 overall MSPs, and some of them will definitely help your lineup. We also will have an XP pack just for early access, so I'm assuming it's a 7 days long where you can earn additional rewards. I know a lot of people probably in the community will complete it in the first 3 days and then complain that there is not enough to grind for, but you have to keep in mind that the game is not designed for people who play 10 plus hours each day. It's designed for people who play around 3 to 5 hours each day, and if that's the amount of time you actually spend in NHL video games, you should be absolutely fine. I know a lot of people also probably notice the rewards on the XP path. I don't think they are final, and even if we don't see really a lot of changes in the XP path, you have to keep in mind that we now have additional rewards in rank, cup chase, probably something in wildcard, and I don't believe that we will not see even more rewards in objectives as well. Yes, if the XP pad didn't really change a lot, we still will earn more rewards than we did in NHL 25. On top of that, EA shared the first look of the new content called Chell Weeks, and what's good about it is that each Chell Week delivers daily content drop over 5 days. So yes, we will finally see content 5 days a week during these Chell Weeks. I don't think we will see the Chell Week every single week. I'm assuming we will see one Chell Week maybe each season, but even if that's the case, we will have 5 days content even once a month. Like, that's another W. Like, EA is just dropping W after W in this deep dive. Because having content every single day will definitely keep the community engaged, and people will actually want to play the game, because if there is a new card you can chase or make or I don't know, grind for, there is a reason to play the game. In every Chell Week, we can expect a mix of players we can build, collections, objectives, and also spotlight player. There also will be a community vote for a player, so it means we no longer can blame EA for not releasing the cards we want. We will have options where we can vote, and EA will after release a card for the player we voted for. I don't think the spotlight player will be the player we vote for, because it does sound like there is one more player that didn't really share with us, but if you look at the spotlight player they released, it's a B&D, so that's once again confirms that B&D cards are back. I only hope that this year they actually deliver the B&D content much better than they did in NHL 25, and then the B&D cards will not break the sets, because oh my god, I don't think I can go through another year with broken sets. The first Chell Week will be called Cult Superstars, and we will see players like Jacob Trouba, Slavin, Wilson, and Kadri all at 84 overall. 4 more cards you can probably make and add to your lineup. Considering the highest overall we've seen so far will be the Icon at 86 overall, even these 84s will definitely make a lot of people's teams. I'm personally really hyped about this new Chell Weeks content, because it means it will really give us a reason to log into the game or mode every single day and check out what is new. There obviously is a lot to cover, and once the game drops I will do separate videos where I go through every single change and show you everything in more detail, because yes, the deep dive was 8 minutes long and probably one of the longest deep dives we've seen this year, but I need to play every single mode before I can actually say is it good or is it not. But nonetheless, on day 1 you'll see a lot of videos where to start, everything what is new, and in general the reviews about every single new feature in NHL 26 Hockey Ultimate Team. So if you enjoyed today's video and want to see more videos about NHL 26, make sure you like and subscribe. It's free, makes me smile, and helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. So let me know, what do you think about NHL 26 HOT so far? I don't think I've seen a single thing people could complain about, but knowing NHL community, there probably will be plenty. As always guys, I appreciate you watching, have a good one, and see you on the ice.